Just find those 4 points in both feet as we begin. Take a deep breath in. Now, as we set up our feet, make sure your feet are hip width apart. Double check every so often because we get into habits of where we think we are, how it feels. So just check, make sure we feel those 4 points, 2 in the front, balls of the feet, 2 in the heels. Soften the knees, and then just let your hands roll out to the sides, wherever they're most comfortable. Now, as you take that breath in, we're breathing up to the back of the skull, towards the sky. And I just want you to breathe. Let your body begin to relax. Let your mind settle into this moment that you're giving to yourself. And as the breath travels deep into the belly, into the lower back, we're lengthened through the spine, taking the weight off those hips, knees, and feet. Feeling the neck lengthening, our body begins to prepare itself for our practice today. With the fingertips reaching to the sides, feel your palms opening up and your shoulders softly rolling back. Now, as we begin to open the eyes, find yourself just in this moment as we rise the arms up, breathing into the belly, breathing into the chest. Check those shoulders. Only rise where you feel safe and no pain. Lower the arms down when you're ready. Crossing the hips. Let's go for 2 more. Knees are soft. Just feel how those shoulders feel today. Let's let the body prepare itself for movement. And just relax. Now, as we take those arms down, let them float down by the sides. We're going to take a deep breath in. Begin to roll your right shoulder back. Then followed by the left. Use your breath to guide the movement. Lengthening up through the rib cage from the hip. Try not to worry so much of rolling that shoulder back. We don't want to wing out the shoulder blades. We want to think about lifting up towards that earlobe and then lengthening down those legs. We don't want to overextend through the shoulders. And remember the breath coming up through the ribs, through the front of the chest, and then gently letting it roll back down the leg. Beautiful. Now check those knees, make sure they're soft. Keep that breath nice and deep. 1 more time each side. Perfect. And with the knees soft, both hands, both shoulders are going to rise up. Rolling them gently back and then lengthening down the arms. Draw that chin in, think tall through the crown. And then 2 more, no rush. See how this feels. See if we can guide those shoulders evenly. Now, if we have a sore shoulder, that's the distance we move, is with that shoulder's ability today. Deep, deep breath. And 1 more time, up we go. Let the arms roll down those legs. Hands are across the hips, deep breath in, soften the knees, belly breath, chest. Rise it up. And then as we come to our forward fold, bring the hands down the legs. Now reach for your block if you need it, or just let the hands come down. Fingertips to the mat. Let the crown release and breathe into that tailbone. As the shoulders sink, the tailbone rises, the neck slowly releases like you're looking between your legs. Let the hips stay over those ankles. On our first forward fold, just see how we feel here. Inhale, soften the knees. This is our preparation to come up. And on the exhale, roll the body up slowly using the core. Stacking the vertebrae 1 at a time. Shoulders gently lift and gently come down as the arms rise. Take a deep breath in, belly, chest. This time, allow the hands to come behind your tailbone. Thumbs come together, fingertips clasp. Sliding that hand down to the tailbone, opening up the chest. Breathe deep into the body. Now, if your hands fall apart, use your block, use an object to hold, or release the grip. We don't want to strain the wrists. So nice and tall, chest opening. Breathe into that chest. Now check that we haven't locked up those knees. Beautiful. Let those arms release. Cross those hips, deep breath in. Chest and belly open. Drop the shoulders and relax down. Once again, clasping the hands. We have lots of options here. We can take it back to the tailbone, lengthen down those arms, open up the chest. If we feel good here, want a little bit more, keep your knees soft as you lift your tailbone into your wrists, into your fingers. And as we lower down, hands stay clasped together. Feel that flatness of your spine as you look to the top of your mat, drawing that chin in, lengthening through the spine. Now imagine yourself like a tabletop. Feel the weight in your feet, lengthen through your spine. Soften the knees on the inhale, roll the body up, let the wrists relax. And gently let the hands fall to the sides. Arms rise, belly breath, chest breath. Drop the shoulders down, relax to the neck. Let the hands come back behind us. Coming into another option, as we slide the thumbs down the tailbone, open up that heart. See how the shoulders feel. Bow forward if you choose. Lengthening to that tabletop. And if we're good here, let the body fold down, let the knuckles reach to the sky. And then release to the neck, looking between the knees. Open up across that heart. Find length. Now breathe. Try not to shallow breath. Open the breath right to the spine. Beautiful. When you're ready, lower the arms down. Slowly, carefully, take your time. Keep your breath nice and steady. Come up to that half extension. Softening the knees, curl that spine and let the body roll up safely. Well done. Arms release to the sides. Sweep them up to the sky. Belly, chest breath. And then come to a gentle forward fold. Hands come to the thighs. Roll down over those knees. Gently pulling the shoulders back, open your heart, let your tailbone rise. Look between those shins. Take a deep breath in, look up the mat, let your hands walk to the corners of the mat as you soften the knees, spreading the fingers out. Walk your toes back, drawing the shoulders back as well as the heels into your plank. Now notice today how the shoulders feel. Breathe into those shoulder blades. Come to the knees if you need to. Core is strong. Nice long breath. Beautiful. Take that tailbone, begin to lift it to the sky like a rope is attached to the tailbone. Coming to your downward dog, bending the knees as we lengthen the spine, dropping the heart, and then focus on lengthening through those legs if you can. If we're good here, you can think about releasing the heels towards the mat. Beautiful breath. Look forward towards those fingertips. Bring the body forward. Come back to your plank. Hold. Draw the shoulders back, those heels back. Take a deep breath in. Begin to lower to your knees, shins, and shoelaces. Extend those toes, soften through the feet. Roll the elbows towards your hips as you pull the shoulders back. And then begin to lower the body down. Be strong through the upper body. Pull the shoulders back. Don't let them creep towards the ears. And as we relax to the mat, release your hands to the front. Lay those fingertips down like little gecko fingers. To soften the elbows. We're not going to overextend the shoulders. And then just gently pull back towards your hips. Keep your fingers where they are, but leave a little bit of traction. Elbows are floating off the mat or off the floor. So we're focusing on those fingertips. Now with length through the crown, shoulders pulling back, relax your glutes. Think about your left leg, and as we inhale, we're gonna rise that left leg slowly up, toe reaching to the back of the room. Strong through the fingertips and the shoulders, activating that lower back. Breathe into your body, beautiful. Exhale, release. Now concentrate on the right side. Think lengthening through the body as we gently keep that resistance through the fingertips. Rise your right leg up. Breathe in like a cord is attached to that heel, floating up into a balloon. Beautiful. Gently lower that right leg down. Release that gentle grip in the fingertips. Sweep the hands underneath those shoulders. Elbows towards the hips. Spread the fingers out. And as we inhale, grow tall like a flower coming up out of the ground. Shoulders still pulling back. Chest opening. Elbows don't lock. Shoulders pull down. Keep the softness through the arms. The height is up to how your body feels. Don't feel pinching in the lower back. Breathe and lengthen through that core. Come down halfway, lower towards the rib cage. Tuck that tailbone back. Find yourself reaching the tailbone back into child's pose. Fingers spread out, arms nice and long. Breathe into that belly, into those thighs. Now as the ears fall between the arms, see how the shoulders feel. We might have to come to elbows, or we might even release the hands towards those ankles, resting the forehead on the mat. From here, feel every inch of your body. Let the breath travel. In this recovery pose, you're always welcome to come whenever you need a break. Take that nice deep breath in. Begin to look towards your fingertips. Bring your body forward as you're coming up into a cat stretch. You're tucking your tailbone up into a neutral spine at the very top. Finding length, shoulders gently pulling back. Elbows aren't locked. Now look beyond your fingertips. Keep that neck length with the spine to the tailbone. Curl those toes under. Keep the knees bent as we come up to that downward dog. Find that chest lowering, that spine lengthening. Then we begin to lengthen through those legs. Beautiful. Take time here to draw the shoulders back. Set your form. Breathe into the body. And then when you're ready to move, begin to walk your hands towards your toes. Placing the weight to the balls of the feet, into the heels, walk your feet underneath those hips, finding that nice forward fold position. Lift your tailbone up, lower your crown. And just relax with the shoulders. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale the softness into the knees. Begin to roll the body up. Shoulders roll back softly. Arms extend to the sides. The belly breath comes into the belly, the chest. Draw the chin in, lower the shoulders down. And then forward fold one more time. All the way down. Take one nice deep breath here as the hips rise. Shoulders relax. Inhale, soften the knees, look up the mat. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat, spreading the fingers out into your plank. Again, you can come to kneeling if we need. The shoulders strong, drawing back with those heels. Take a deep breath in. We're going to step that right foot forward. So we're going to lengthen the right leg up towards the sky. And then as we come up underneath the right shoulder, we're going to bring that right leg to the front. Walk your right foot to the side. And if you need to, step the left leg out to the side. So we're on a train track, not a tightrope. Beautiful. Now as we bring the body up, we come into this lunge position, stacking the hips, balancing them out. Shoulders right above. Arms are going to lift. Shoulders relax. Open up the chest. Think of your pinkies, your fingertips reaching to the sky as your chest opens. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and then slowly lower back to the mat. Placing the hands to the corners of the mat, walk your right foot out slowly, carefully, until we can reach it back into our plank once again. Breathe into those shoulders, lengthen those legs. Good work. Now as we hold here, we're going to breathe in that right knee to the front of the mat. So as the right knee comes forward, the left heel towards that left thigh, coming into our pigeon. Start nice and gentle here. Extend that left leg. Use a block into that hip if you need. Fingertips, shoulders relax. Lift through your crown. Beautiful job. Now as we glance back towards that left leg, make sure the back leg is nice and long down the mat, nice and straight. Shoulders are level, hips are level. And gently hold. Now from here, if we choose, we can walk the fingers closer to the hips, finding height. Opening up the body. Make sure we're not pinching the lower back. The belly's opening, the chest is opening. We can release the hands if we feel safe to, or maybe even just one hand. Coming up, breathe in. Beautiful. Come down to prayer. A little balance challenge as well as strength and mobility. Breathe your heart into your thumbs. Perfect. Shoulders relaxed. Well done. Take the hands up to the sky or right to the mat. Inhaling. Release those hands to the corners. And as we spread those fingers out, curl the left toe up, release your right leg back, and just walk the dog. And from that downward dog, just stepping through the feet. Notice your hips rock from side to side as your heart lowers, your chest opens. We're still not locking through the shoulders. We've got lots of strength. Nice, soft pace. You go as slow or as fast as you feel safe. Sinking into one heel, then the other. And then holding still when you're ready. Take a deep breath in, soften the knees, walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into that forward fold once again, line those feet up. Lower the crown, lift the tailbone, breathe into the body. Soften the knees when you're ready, and then we're going to roll that body up. Roll the shoulders back. And take a deep breath, belly through the chest. Now this time, separate those shoulders, bring them down, open the palms into our football arms. Now as we do so, relax through the neck and the shoulders. If we can keep the elbows up at the shoulder level, great. If not, just lower them down. Take that deep breath and bring your right arm across into the inside of the left, crossing through the elbows. Maybe we go palm to the back of the palm of each hand touching, or maybe we float them apart. That's just fine. If you can interlock palm to palm, we're going to look through our hands. Shoulders soft. Knees slightly bent. And just gently focus. Now for good here, we can release the fingertips towards the sky. Growing, but not forcing. The breath should be able to still move through the body. If the hands are separating, drop those elbows back down. And slowly release. Bringing the elbows down, release the hands. Open up those arms, sweep the hands across the hips. Slowly and carefully, arms rise up, belly, chest. Relax the shoulders, and then open to your football arms once again. This time, as we bring the arms together, left elbow comes to the inside of that right arm. Crossing them, maybe it's back to back, maybe we can interlock. No straining on the wrists. Think tall through your crown. You'll almost touch your nose with your thumb. Now, if we choose to, we can rise those fingertips up, intensifying the opening through the shoulders and the neck, but not causing any pain or discomfort. Just breathe. Soft knees. Look beyond those arms. Slowly lower. Release carefully. And then let the arms float apart. Good job. As the hands cross those hips, arms come up. Deep breath. Shoulders soft. Forward fold. All the way down. Hands can be supported on the legs. But once we get to the mat, let's lift that tailbone, lower the shoulders, and draw the shoulders back. Inhale, soften the knees, look up the mat. Walk your hands to your plank once again. Holding here, shoulders and heels reaching back. Now think about your left side this time. Releasing the left leg up towards the sky, opening up through the hip. And then drawing that same left leg, the knee comes towards the top of the mat, the left heel towards that right hip. And we can release it down to the mat with the right toe. Lots of length down that right side of the body, all the way through, lining up to the mat, fingertips if we can, supported by a block if we need. Now open up through the heart a little bit more. See if you can come nice and tall. Beautiful. You should feel a nice opener in the hip. Strong core stability here. And just begin where you can. Maybe one arm rises, maybe both. Deep breath in. Just a little balance challenge here, no worries. Have fun with it. Lower down to heart. Breathe into those thumbs, relax those shoulders. Well done. Now again, we can release the hands up or we can take it right to the mat. And as we separate, come down to the mat with those fingertips spread apart. Curl that right toe under. Release that left leg back to plank. Take a deep breath to our downward dog when you're ready by lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Stepping in, lowering the heart. Deep breath, walk your dog. Just feel the motion of those hips from side to side. Now, if this is really hard on your wrists, we can always come down towards the elbows. The elbows get us off our wrists, give the wrist a bit of a break, and we come down to more of a dolphin position. Shoulders still pulling away from the ears as we move, keeping them nice and safe. Now holding still into our downward dog, whatever version works for you. Take a deep breath and look forward. We're going to step the left leg up, opening up the right into our lunge position. Now we come from a standing position or we can come from that mat, but we're going to bring the body up nice and slow, stacking the shoulders over the hips, leveling out the hips. Shoulders are relaxed. Arms can flow up. And as we do so, we tuck that chin, we relax through the shoulders. We sink into our pose. Now we breathe. Lots of leg strength here. Shoulders are relaxed. Our breath is traveling into those hips. Perfect. Now this time as we lower, we're going to draw that core in, exhaling. Hands come to the mat. We're going to walk our hands over to the right side. Now as we place the feet parallel to each other, toes forward, heels right behind, plant those 4 points into the mat. Now the distance apart will be up to you. Bring your hands towards each other, fingertips to fingertips. Lift your tailbone up and lower your body down. Looking between your legs, try not to collapse through your arches. Relax to the neck, the shoulders, the shoulders are still gently pulling back, giving us nice strength through that shoulder blade area. Beautiful. Now as we inhale, soften the knees. Come to your fingertips. Gently to the knees, right hand to right knee, left hand just above the left knee. Walk your feet in if you feel a little safer being closer together. So that tailbone is reaching back, my knees are not passing my toes. And as we breathe in, we're going to tuck that chin, come up high with the crown, and just open up that heart. Gentle breath. We're going to drop and exhale that left shoulder towards that right knee, looking towards that right heel. Lots of length through the spine. Try not to curve down. As we inhale, come back up. Check the weight in those hands. Try to lighten a little bit of the weight in the hands. Now we're going to take that right shoulder to left leg, looking towards that left heel. Lengthen through that spine. Beautiful. Inhale up. Let the body float like a balloon. Find your height. Watch the weight. And drop your left shoulder back towards that right knee. Lengthen, lengthen all the way down the spine. Inhale up. Nice and relaxed shoulders. Weight is checked. And then with the knees bent, bring your right shoulder to that left knee. Don't lock those knees. We have a nice gentle bend. Both knees bend the same amount. And as we come back up, begin to grow tall through your crown. Don't lock the knees, but come up nice and tall. Arms rise out to the sides. Chest, belly open. Come down to prayer. Hold as we breathe the heart into the thumbs. Knees are not locked. 4 points on those feet are on those mats. Watch those arches, and as we lower that tailbone back, reach back like you're sitting into a chair. Knees do not pass those toes. Nice strong legs. Release the hands to the knees, fingertips to the inside, left shoulder to right knee. Look to that right heel. Inhale up. Nice and tall. Right shoulder to left knee. Watch the weight into those arms. Make sure the knees stay bent exactly where you begin. Inhale up. Open heart. Left shoulder to right knee. And if this gets too much, grab a chair. Sit down on that chair and do the same movements. Inhale up. Last side. Right shoulder to left knee. And then beautiful, come on up. This time, hold those legs nice and strong. Hands come down towards the mat. Lifting your tailbone up, lengthen those legs. And let the crown come down towards the earth. Turning the fingertips to face each other, elbows go wide. Deep, deep breath in. Wonderful. Lifting the crown, draw the shoulders back. Walk your hands up to the top of the mat, bending that left knee, lengthening through the right, roll into that lunge position once again, and then step back with your left leg. Carefully, gently, whatever way we can do. We're going to come into our plank, shoulders back, heels back. Beautiful. Strong through the shoulder blades. We don't want to sink and slouch. Be strong. Come to the knees, shins and shoelaces, and then draw that tailbone back. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen through the body. Elbows can come down if we need, hands can go to ankles. Forehead releases towards the mat. Now again, just breathe. Feel how your body feels now. Preparing your mind with your body, begin to look up that mat. Fingertips still touching down, fingertips still spread apart. Inhale forward, rolling that tailbone under, coming up in that gentle cat stretch. Once again, toes to the back of the mat, come to a neutral spine. Now we're going to go into some balance, so if we need to step off the mat at any point, please do so, and always work at your own rate. Curl the toes under. Coming up, we're going to step forward with that right foot in the center of the mat. So we have a narrower lunge. Walk your hands to where you have balance. Now we're going to load that right leg. So we're going to find the 4 points in the right foot, the heel and the front of the foot. Fingertips are going to come to the mat. We're going to load by sliding onto that left toe or floating that toe back. Keep your right leg nice and soft. Rise your shoulders up so we're in a nice streamlined position. Now we're looking beyond the fingertips. Stay here if you like. Releasing maybe possibly the left hand towards the left hip. Start here. Maybe we can take the right hand off and we extend. Shoulders go back. Reach, lengthen. Deep breath. Breathe. Come down with the left hand. Find that stability. Then the right. Well done. Slide that left leg up towards the right. Walk it out till we're in our forward fold. Heels to the mat. Crown releases to the earth. Give yourself a moment here. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen, lower. And then inhale, soften the knees. Roll that body up. Well done. As we come up, the shoulders set back, the arms rise. Soften the shoulders and come back down to the mat. Find the corners of the mat, spread your fingers out, walk your feet back. Find your plank. Breathe into those shoulder blades. Now with length to the body, begin to lower those knees to the mat, shins and shoelaces. Find strength through the arms and then lower the belly. Draw the elbows back, shoulders back, and begin to lay the body down towards the mat. Beautiful. Releasing the hands out to the front. Little gecko fingers once again. Soft, lengthy wrists, shoulders pulling back away from the ears. We're looking towards those fingertips with a very soft neck. Take that breath in. Use that left heel to rise up slowly. Feel that little bit of a grip on that floor mat. Activate the shoulders, the back, and the glutes. And as we release, relax. Fingertips still stuck to the floor. Take a deep breath in, right side comes up. Perfect. Slowly lower. Now stay here if the shoulders feel safe and the body feels strong. If you want, you can walk your right hand towards your right hip, the left hand towards the left hip, and then gently extend, reaching towards those ankles, lift up through the upper body, crown reaching towards the sky, contraction through the shoulder and the mid-back. Take what works for you. If you're good here, maybe even floating those ankles up, heels to the sky, and just reach towards them. Good job. Slowly lower the feet, hands sweep back up under the shoulders. Placing those hands to the mat, inhale up to an up dog. Draw the shoulders back, inside the elbows come forward, soften through the neck. Breathe. Well done. Take that body down halfway, slide it back to child's pose. Nice deep breath. Length down the body. Breath into the lower back, into the belly. And then as we look up towards those fingertips, begin to tuck your tailbone, roll up that spine, come to a neutral spine, lengthening through the crown. Good work, curl those toes under, come to your plank and hold. Now as we hold, breathe deep. Try not to load the shoulders, keep the head looking forward, not towards your belly button or towards your toes. Inhale that tailbone up towards the sky, coming into a gentle downward dog. Sinking the heart, lengthening the legs. And then as we step forward with that left leg to the center of the mat, we're going to go back into our balance, but on this side. So walk your fingertips forward. Load that right foot. And as you press into that left foot, rise that right leg up. Maybe the toe stays on the floor right now, that's okay. Maybe it extends. Release the left arm back towards that left hip, lengthen through the spine. If you feel good here, release the right. Find that distance. Notice the challenges are very different from side to side. Pull those shoulders back. Breathe deep. Ooh. And then release your right arm down first, followed by your left. And sweep that right leg back up underneath you into your forward fold. Let that tailbone rise, and the body sink down, the shoulders gently pull back. Beautiful job. Look between those shins. Let the body relax. And slowly look up towards your hands. Hands separating to the corners of the mat. Walk those legs back into a kneeling position. Shoulders relax. Now with the fingertips spread, middle finger towards the top of the mat, we'll check those shoulders. We tend to just slouch into them, let the heart drop. I want you to breathe into it. The toes are separated, so if we look between our knees, we can't see our feet. And then very gently, we're going to release by engaging our core, the right hand off the mat. Sweep it up underneath the left armpit and slide it softly down. Keep your left elbow nice and high. Breathe into that left hip. Lengthen down the left side of your body. Now as we relax onto that shoulder or the side of the head, just breathe. Nice long spine. Let that right shoulder draw away from that right ear. We're not squishing it up towards that head. We're looking towards that left elbow. Beautiful breaths into the body. Now take a breath in, prepare. Exhale, use that left arm to draw the body up. Use the strength as you pull back that right arm and place it back to the mat. Take the tailbone back into child's pose, balancing out both shoulders and both hips. Forehead towards the mat if you can. Deep breath in. Inhaling the head up towards the fingertips. Come up onto all fours once again. Just double check those feet that they haven't come together in the back end, that the hips are still over the knees, and we got strength through those shoulders. Now as we engage the core, we're going to take away the weight out of that left hand, and we want to stabilize here. The core should fire, and then we release that left hand underneath that right arm, lengthening down the mat, lowering down slowly to where we feel safe. Prop yourself with a pillow if you need. Adjust your wrists, look to your right elbow, and find that length through the neck, from the left shoulder to the neck. Just relax and breathe. Your right arm's there for balance, for stability, for support. Feel your breath traveling to that tailbone. And then when you're ready, just take a nice deep breath in, prepare. Exhale, retract that left arm. Coming up nice and strong, both hands come back to the mat. Tailbone reaches back, child's pose. And if you want to activate through the rib cage a bit more, walk your fingers forward, lengthening a little bit deeper. Again, if this hurts the shoulders or any part of the body, we're going to take those hands a little bit closer to the body or come to elbows. Forehand rests down. Deep breath in. Inhale, look up towards your fingertips. Relax those shoulders. Bring your body forward. We're going to lay the body down onto the mat. Hips, ribs, shoulders pull back. Coming from an up dog, elbows are rolling in, not wide like wings. We want to tuck them into our sides. Roll down. Beautiful. Now from here, the hands can slide under the shoulders if they're not already there. Elbows tucked in towards the hips. We get really tight to the front of the body, so I want you to take your right heel to the sky. And then pointing the toe, lengthen through the shin, and then without using the neck and the shoulders, keep those shoulders back, reach your toe up towards the sky. Beautiful. If you are good here, you can even try releasing your right hand to that ankle. At this time, you're going to flex the ankle, heel to the sky, and open up across that right side of the body. Heel is lifted, heart is open, shoulder is back. Good work. Breathe into it. Safely bring that right knee back down, releasing that right hand to the mat. Pushing into those hands, keep your elbows tucked into your body. Come up to that up dog. Elbows roll in, shoulders pull back. Try not to slouch into them. We're not trying to lock here, we're trying to lengthen. Beautiful. Breathe and hold, let the body adjust, and then slowly lower back down. No rush to get here, tuck those elbows in. We want strong upper bodies. Now as we lengthen, the crown is to the center of that room, the toes are to the back, left heel is going to come up. Feeling a contraction in the back of the legs, don't use tension through the neck or the shoulders. Once we're here, we're going to point the toe, lift it up towards the sky. Feel the front of the left hip opening, a gentle contraction through that right side of the back. Shoulders are still not helping. If you'd like to release that left hand to the ankle, opening it up a little bit more, flex that left foot to protect your joints, and up we come. Push into your palm, heel presses to the sky, upwards motion. Cross that left heart is opening. And we can always roll to our side if this is more comfortable for us. Take those options as much as you can. Breathe into it, and then slowly lower when you're ready. Left hand comes back to the mat. Come to that up dog, elbows to the hips. Shoulders back. Length to the body. Good work. Come down halfway. Use those hands to stabilize you as you lift your hips back and kick your heels out to the side. Well done. Now as we come to the center of the mat with our hips, we're going to take our bodies back. So use the back of the legs, roll the body down, let the heels float off if you like, but as we roll back, scoop that belly button in. Try not to use the neck. All right, so we're going to get down any way we can. rolling into it, supported with whatever we need. Now as the feet come back to the mat, we're nice and long through the spine. Let your arms float out to the sides. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, or you're gonna walk them softly down towards your hips. Let your palms shine up to the sky, to the sun. Now place your feet softly on the floor. We're gonna inhale, preparing. Exhale, rise your right knee up. Toe is gonna follow as if you're bringing your right knee towards your right lung. Exhaling down. Breathing in, that left knee up. Just working some core, some hip mobility. We're gonna keep that lower back on the mat, and we're gonna relax those shoulders. We're really gonna concentrate on the core here. Breathing in. Now most of us will wanna hold our breath. So if that begins to happen, we're going too hard for our body, our strength right now. So go slower, not as big. Perfect. Now if we're good here, we're gonna float that right foot up and come to the left toe. And as we switch through the air, we're gonna come to toe taps. Breathing as we go. Nice strong belly. Tapping softly down. Perfect. Now the knees are coming towards the lungs. If we want a little bit more challenge, as we go to our tabletop, bring your hands towards your knees, lengthen out the arms. So don't let your knees come any closer than the length of your arms. And then we bring it to a heel tap. So keeping the legs a little further away from the midline, making it a little more challenging. And lengthening out those legs a little bit more. Core is strong. Back is not lifting from the mat. Keep it snug on that mat. That's going to protect your back. As soon as that back begins to arch, we know the core is done. Take a break. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock it out and join us once again when you're ready. Perfect. Let's go one more each side. Strong, strong core. Nice, and then bring that opposite leg down to the mat. Let the arms roll out to the sides once again, shoulders down. Tuck that chin in, and the knees are to the sky. Slowly breathe into your left hip as you drop your knees to the right. Breathing all the way down the body into that hip, drawing the hip down, not hip hiking. And then exhale, releasing the knees back to center. Tuck that chin in. And then breathe into that right hip, all the way down. Drawing the hip down, lengthening that spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale back to center, using that core strength. And then once again to the right, breathe into the left side, drop the knees to the right. Good job. Exhale back to center. And then one more time on the left. Breathe that breath in deep. Good job. Now with the chin tucked and we come back to center, we're gonna take that right leg, we're gonna extend it out and then cross it over that left. Drop the knee nice and wide. Now this is another version of our pigeon but reclined, so there's no weight on our hips, which gives us a little bit of an advantage. Our shoulders are relaxed. We might be good here, or we might be able to take those hands, thread them behind that left leg, drawing the leg up. Make sure the left knee stays over that left hip. We like to pull it across, keep it nice and stacked. And as we relax the shoulders back into the mat, we tuck that chin in, and we notice that right hip just opening up. We get really tight in those hips from sitting. This is a really good one to do as much as we can, laying in bed as we wake up, maybe before we go to sleep, just laying down, drawing the leg up when we're ready. Remember to breathe nice and deep. Where we feel it challenging, breathe into that space. Watch that we're not pulling with the shoulders up towards the neck. Make sure the shoulders are open, that we're using the shoulder blades. Strengthening the back, not adding tension to the neck. And then as we release that left leg back down to the mat, release the arms out to the sides, open up your heart to the sun, tuck that chin in, and then just drop your left knee out to the left side. With it, your right leg will follow. Breathing into the right side of your body, drawing that hip down. Remember, it doesn't matter how low we go with that right leg. It's about the sensation. Breathing into that hip. The journey is what it is. Just relax, let your body let go when it feels safe, when it's prepared. And stay as long as you like as you relax your shoulders. Notice where you carry that tension when it gets a little bit tougher. And then inhale up. Lovely breath into the body. Tuck that chin again once in case it's shifted up. Release your right leg. Placing the feet side by side. Knees to the sky. We're going to go into a gentle bridge. So relax your shoulders once again. Watch that we don't load the neck, especially if you have osteo of the neck. Keep the neck gently tucked. But we're going to come only to the back of the lungs as we push both feet into the mat, inhaling the belly up to the sky. If we're good, we can roll a little deeper into the shoulders, but no pain. Try to keep your knees parallel to each other. Feel the 4 points in both feet, not just in the heels. And then where you feel the pressure through the back, begin to roll down slowly each vertebrae like a row of pearls on the mat, one coming down at a time. Release that tailbone, relax those glutes, and just take a second to breathe. Training the body and teaching it to relax, not always staying clenched and tight. Release the left leg up to the sky, crossing it over the right into that pigeon, that side. Notice the differences. Chin is tucked. If we're good here, reach those hands down, threading around that right leg, drawing that right knee right over that right hip. Relax the ankle if you like, and lower back down. Shoulders pulling away from the ears. Beautiful breath into that tailbone area, into that left hip. Shoulders relax away from those ears as the chest opens and pops through those arms. And then slowly release when you're ready. The arms are going to float out to the sides in that T position, the shoulders relaxed. We have that right foot planted on the mat. And when you're ready, just open up that right knee, drawing the left leg with it. Slowly over to that right side. Take your time. Let that breath travel from that left lung to that left hip, all the way down the body, pushing the hip down, lengthening as we go. Just experience how your body feels. Check those shoulders. Lengthen that neck. And hold as long as you like. When you're ready, we're going to inhale that right leg back up, bringing the left with it. Notice the weight transferring back to the left hip. Release that left leg. And as we place those heels towards our sits bones, creep them up a bit closer. So as we come up, those heels are coming towards our sits bones, those knees are parallel still. We're going to take our arms from T position, walk them down the mat towards your heels. Now we're going to reach towards that right heel with that right arm, and then the left. And we're going to walk our way towards those heels. We may not get there, or we may be able to grab those ankles. But we're going to lengthen through the arms, open up the chest. And as we breathe into that belly, that chest, we're going to lift those hips up into a bridge, or we go back to our original bridge version. Breathe through the back of your throat, scooping up into that lower back. Belly and chest is open, chest or shoulders roll up underneath the rib cage. Breathe into it, solid through the feet. And then begin to relax, lowering the body, keep those legs strong. Reach with those knees, open up those shoulders, and lay that spine to the mat. As we draw the heels a little further away from the sits bones, we're going to lay our legs into butterflies, so the pads of the feet are going to come together. Now this may be further out towards the top of the mat, or we might walk our feet nice and close to our sits bone. We're going to feel the hips opening, the length of that belly, that spine, this natural curve through the back, shoulders relaxed. Arms are going to extend to the sides or down by the hips. Now breathe into those hips. Find the length of your crown. Now if this hurts your hips, prop them with the blocks if you need, a pillow, or release them to a nice long-legged extension. If it still bothers you, just bring the knees to the sky and keep them bent. Now we begin to fall into our relaxation by just letting go of the tension over the chest. Breathe into those lungs. Feel that breath expanding to the diaphragm, into those hips. Protecting the back, releasing tension in the hips. And then that circulation that we're creating is going down to those legs. Now for some of us, we might feel a little vulnerable here. That's okay, just close it up if you need, but I want you to visualize your fingertips as the edges of a flower petal. The knees are open as petals themselves, and your belly is the center of that flower. And as you breathe into it, you feel the expansion of that flower blooming to the sun. With each breath, the body releases the tension out through the knees, out through the fingertips, and out through the crown. And as you relax, just melt that flower into that mat. And notice the tension over the chest, over the forehead, and through the hips, just letting go as we allow the body to surrender. We sometimes get very protective under stressful situations, and the body begins to close up like a flower, going tighter and tighter. The mind shuts down and the hips lock up and cause pain and discomfort. What we want to do in our safe environment is to release the tension, open the heart again. Once again, lead with the thoughts through the heart. Being a little more vulnerable than when we began. Creativity and calmness enter the mind, and the hips can relax and move as they're meant to. Let your flower just grow. Let the breath draw in and then draw out any more tension. And as the shoulders let go, the hips open, allow yourself to rock your nose over towards your right shoulder, opening up the left side of the neck very gently, not too far. And then inhaling back to center and exhaling over to that left. Don't let the shoulder greet the nose. Let the nose reach down towards that shoulder, or that chin. Reach down towards that shoulder. Taking your time. Breathing as you move. And then slowly centering out your flower once again with the head towards the sky, the chin gently tucked, lengthening the neck. Take a deep breath in. Feel your belly open and expand to the sky. You feel your chest and your rib cage rising and a gentle arch in the spine. As you exhale, you pull that core in, the core or the spine meet the back of the mat, and the hips come up, the shoulders come up. And as we breathe in, again, the belly expands. We feel that arch of the body. Just very gentle cat and cow. As we exhale, the belly button pulls in, drawing the body closer together. And once again, if this bothers the hips, we come to knees to sky. Opening it up one more time. Exhale your core in. Now this time, draw the knees with it so the knees do come up to the ceiling. Breathing in a nice deep breath. Draw your right hand underneath the head and roll onto your right side on an exhale. Now as we come to a fetal position, we're very safe in this position. It's our original position we're born. So it's a safe, comfortable position for most of us. So take a moment here, find your breath. We don't want to move without breathing. So as we breathe and we relax, the neck is soft, the hips are relaxed. Place that left hand out front. Breathe in to prepare, and then exhale, begin to press the body up. As we should anytime we get up from a laying position. Breathe in as we come up tall and grow taller. And then come to whatever seated position works for you. Now as we're tall, relaxed, stack or place those sits bones on the mat. Relax those knees. Draw that rib cage in as we lengthen through the crown. Now with the hands just floating on the knees, the fingertips as if you're going to play a piano, soft and gentle. Take your right shoulder, begin to roll it back. And then the left. And just rock from side to side. And let that rib cage follow. Get a little more mobility through those lungs. No rush. Maybe it's one shoulder at a time if we're a little bit tender. Notice the side to side motion, also the twisting gentle motion. We're tall, the spine is protected. And then we're going to relax after one more. And place those shoulders gently down. Hands drop down to the sides. Arms are going to rise up to the sky. Nice deep breath and drop the shoulders. And exhale softly down. Perfect. One more time. Inhale up. Deep belly breath. Chest, reach the crown, drop the shoulders. And then release to the sides where we're going to sweep the hands up over the knees into prayer. And then as we bow to our namaste, take a deep breath in. And bow forward. Namaste.